Hello everyone, this is Ripley Storm here with the Hilarial Gaming Network, and we're bringing you guys our first Pokemon examination video. We're going to be doing Naganadel. This is going to be a new type of video for us. We're going to examine this Pokemon and its usefulness, strengths, and weaknesses in the VGC 2018 scene. We're going to look at the Pokemon's typing. We'll look at its stats and abilities, its moves, its items, and then show you guys some sample sets. And because Naganadel is a brand new Pokemon, and in my opinion, a very strong Pokemon, I think this will be a good one for us to start with. So right before we begin, if you like this video or enjoy it, please be sure to give it a like down below. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll see more videos like this. And comment, let us know what we can do better. And also let us know what Pokemon you'd like to see us do next. So, typing. He is a Poison Dragon Pokemon. With that typing, he's not going to take 4 times damage from anything, but he will take 2 times damage from Ground, Psychic, Ice, and Dragon. Those are pretty good typings, I think, to have 2 times from. Why? Because you have some really good switch-ins for all of those typings. You could make a good team consisting of this Pokemon with a Flying or Levitate user, a Dark for the Psychic switch-in, a Fairy for the Dragon switch-in, and a Fire for the Ice switch-in, or any Ice resist. You could make a full team of resist to switch-in for this Naganadel if you wanted to make a team sort of based around protecting it. And 2 or 3 of those, you have potential switch-ins that could take no damage whatsoever. So if you switched in, the Levitate user, you wouldn't even take the ground damage. The Dark type for the Psychic and the Fairy for the Dragon, all of those would take no damage whatsoever. Regular damage, normal, Flying, Rock, Ghost, Steel, Dark, and Fairy. Half damage from Fighting, Fire, Water, Bug, Electric, and Poison. Those are good switch-ins as well because they complement the Pokemon that would work as far as switching in for him. He can also switch in for a lot of those Pokemon. Especially, the thing that stands out to me the most is the Poison switch-in for the Fairy, whereas the Fairy can also switch back in for the Naga. And quarter damage from Grass type Pokemon, which would make this Pokemon good on potential rain teams. Put him in the rain, even if they have a water Pokemon, he's still going to take half damage from it, and he has good switch in for grass Pokemon to help defend your own water types. So let's check his stats and ability out. He's a UB, so of course he only has Beast Boost. Stats wise, he has 73 in his attack, HP, defense, special defense, special attack 127, and speed 121. This gives him a base total of 540. This is not bad for his typing. You'll see here in a second when we look at some sample sets that he can live some pretty good things. Especially with the right EV spread, you can live some crazy stuff. Especially, one that comes to mind that we'll look at is Choice Specs Tapu Fini. With the right item setup and EV spread, you can live 2 Choice Specs Moonblast potentially, and can even set it up for a 3-hit KO with an Assault Vest. And so speed wise, it's 121. That puts it on the same level as Mega Pidgeot and Tornadus. That puts it 1 speed faster than regular Dugtrio, Alakazam, Sceptile, even Mega Salamence, Hawlucha, and Salazzle. Minior. Whimsicott, a bunch of good Pokemon. This Pokemon can outspeed by 1 speed and puts it slightly under Pokemon like Noivern, Weavile, and, slightly slower than Tapu Koko. Although Tapu Koko is not too threatening, it has the Gleam. But if you're expected to live it and you launch the Sludge Bomb, good chances are that you are going to kill the Tapu Koko, as we will see. So let's check out his moves. Here's just some notable moves. We won't go through all of his moves. You'll see here on the left we have Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, which would be the double version. You have Draco Meteor. You can use his already very high special attack to get off 1 or 2 Draco Meteors before you actually need to switch. Excuse me. Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Heat Wave. Those 3 are very important. Naganadel's typing, his stab moves, his Poison and Dragon, will make him be walled by Steel-type Pokemon. Solution, give him a fire move. He has 3 choices of good fire moves for you to choose from. And we'll see one variant of him item-wise with a Z Crystal. You can give him a Fire MZ and do some serious damage to some Steel-type Pokemon, but we'll go over that here in a little bit. He also gets access to Heat Wave, really great fire move, double hitting, 90 accuracy. So more than likely going to hit and can hit either side, switching the Steel type in or Ice type. If they have that, you can also get Thunderbolt if you want to run something like that. And a really great move I think that's going to be widely used on him is the Snarl. 95 accuracy, 55 damage, double hitting, and the ability to lower their special attack by 1. That's really going to buff him, especially if you EV spread him slightly special defensively or slightly tankier, and you drop their answer. We'll say their swap-in answer for them is the Porygon. The Porygon comes in, you read the switch in, you use Snarl, you drop the Porygon to -1. If he doesn't get the download boost, he then has a -1 Ice Beam he's launching at you. That's only going to be two times effective, so you could potentially live 2, maybe 3 of those Ice Beams depending on your spread. Also have Venoshock. That's it as far as attacking moves. As far as setup moves and other type of status moves, we have Nasty Plot, which is great move. Will give him 2 stages of special attack. That makes him extremely scary. He already has base 127. You give that up too, and then he's almost one-shotting anything that doesn't resist his moves. Substitute's always good to have. Tailwind is great. Great move because it gives him good potential setup, not only for himself, but also gives himself great setup for his team. So if you can read a switch in, there's not going to be a switch in that's going to come in, and lower your special attack. So on the switch in for a Pokemon, you can get Tailwind, and then all of a sudden you're faster. And if for some reason they kill your Naganadel, you get to free switch into something else with the Tailwind boost. It also gets Ally Switch, gets Charm, Gastro Acid, so it can remove worrisome abilities from different Pokemon. It gets Helping Hand as well as Snatch to give it some more supportive type moves. Gives it the ability, to maybe stop a Pokemon from getting a Swords Dance, stop a Pokemon from getting a Dragon Dance, try to snatch their enemy Tailwind. It's something that the enemy would have to watch out for. And then, of course, Helping Hand with the ability to buff your allies' attack. Okay, and on to items. Good potential items for Naga, and we'll talk about the different spreads and kind of what they do in the next section. Z Crystals, like I said, any of his stab Z Crystals, and especially the Fire Z Crystal, will be really good on him to cover some of his weaknesses and his resist. The Assault Vest, he has, okay special D, okay HP. You EV him special defensively, give him an Assault Vest, and he can live some pretty crazy things that we'll look at. Any sort of heal, citrus or pinch berries, the Focus Sash or damage reduction berries to allow you to get, say, your Tailwind or to get your Nasty Plot up, and then begin to, try to start a sweeping spree. Maybe Air Balloon. I don't think you'll see it being used too much, but Air Balloon could have potential. Choice Scarf or Specs. Life Orb for the damage buff, and then also Expert Belt, I found when doing some damage spreads, can buff his damage just enough to get him some guaranteed 2-hit KOs on a couple things. So we'll move on to some sample sets and we'll check this stuff out. Alright, so now I'm over in Pokemon Showdown and I'm going to show you guys a couple sets and hop over to the damage calculator and kind of show you how good Naganadel can be with certain item and EV spreads. So I want to start with the Assault Vest Naganadel. I think that's going to be one of the most widely used ones with Sludge Bomb, Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, and Snarl. And if you have 132 HP, 124 Special Attack, 252 Special D, Modest Nature, we'll switch over here to the calculator and show you kind of what you can do with this. So this is Naganadel versus Tapu Fini VGC 2017 Choice Specs. That's full Special Attack, Modest, and this is the EV spread I was just talking about with the Assault Vest. You can see with Moonblast, guaranteed 3-hit KO. Choice Specs, Moonblast, Tapu Fini has to hit you 3 times to kill you, and that's not even considering you get a Snarl off. So let's say you get the Snarl off, can't even 3-hit KO you. If you get the read, say you get the read and you Snarl on the switch in. That's ridiculous. 125 Special D on a Dragon Poison type. That's pretty good. And you wind up with 165 HP. So you can even live some good physical stuff, especially with an Intimidate switch in, say Landorus, which also, because of his typing, or Gyarados, either one, because of their typing, will allow them to switch in for ground moves next to him for free as well. And you can see returning damage with Sludge Bomb, you're guaranteed 2 hits. The Assault Vest is pretty strong. Let's look at another Pokemon. So let's say Tapu Koko. Special attacker. Sludge Bomb will kill. Look at Dazzling Gleam. Nothing. Literally nothing. 0.6% chance to 4-hit KO. More than likely, they won't even kill you with 4 hits of Dazzling Gleam. That's crazy. Let's look at if he had Choice Specs. Choice Specs Tapu Koko, Dazzling Gleam. 98% chance to 4-hit KO. You still have a 2% chance of living at 4 Dazzling Gleams. You could be locked in to another move for some reason. You could be locked in the Flamethrower and still be doing super duper damage. You could be locked in the Snarl and out damage him. Look at -1. Nothing. Nothing. That's crazy. Let's think of another. Let's think of one more. Let's look at Tapu Lele. We'll just roll through the Tapus. Alright, so here's something that can actually threaten us. Let's look at some numbers here. So Tapu Lele can steal 1-hit KO with Psychic in Psychic terrain. No terrain cannot 1-hit KO. You can do most of its damage. You can't KO it. But base speeds, you're probably faster. So you'll probably kill it first. In Psychic terrain, it can threaten you. But here's the thing. Let's say you read the switch in and you get the Snarl. It's -1. He can't. So then you return and you can kill it. You can kill it in return on the following turn. If it doesn't have anything to outspeed you and can finish you off with that little bit of percent. And if you decide you want to go for the calm, that will even give you a chance to live. you'll even have a chance to live. 43% chance to one hit KO. So more than likely, you'll live if you go with the calm one. Doing some different damage specs, I decided to go with modest just because the modest gave me a little bit more damage on certain things like Celesteela. We'll come back here and let's look at some other sets. So we can look at choice scarf and choice specs, you know, sludge bomb, Draco Meteor, heat wave, sludge wave. You know, choice specs would be something similar. You could do, you know, you could go for spreads with maybe what 2 waves, or, you know, steel bomb and wave, Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor. You know, you have your choices. You can choose whatever you want to go here. You know, heat wave, flamethrower, fire blast. Draco Meteor is fine. You'll be able to throw a good 2 before switching. With the choice specs one, you could probably throw a good 3 before needing to switch. But you know, that's good on any fast, high damage Pokemon. The expert belt. Now this is where I think Naganadel really shines. So let's look at expert belt. Sludge bomb, flamethrower. You can throw the dragon move on here if you want, but I think these 2 are the moves you keep. Let's look at expert belt. So this is timid expert belt. Naganadel versus the standard defensive Celesteela. It will guarantee you that the flamethrower does 2 hit KO after leftovers. If you come down here and we take the belt off, let's just switch it to something else. You see we only have a 1% chance to 2 hit KO. Because of his typing and him being walled by the steel types, if the opponent has a steel type, you can pretty much be assured that if they see your Naganadel, they're going to bring their steel type. You can get a good read on the switch in, throw a flamethrower, get that hit, and kill it on the following turn, or force them to play defensively again. And it also is not going to lock you into anything. Remember, that's timid. That's timid. Guaranteed 2 hit KO. And we can look at some damage on some other Pokemon. Calm Mind, Tapu Fini, with some good special D investment. You're guaranteed 2 hit KO. And if it's, say, the choice specs version, still 2 hit KO. But if, say, you threw the flamethrower and it switched in and took the flamethrower damage, your sludge bomb will kill. It will kill. Alright, back over to our sets, and we'll check out one last set. And this is the Fire Emblem Z set. You could run Heat Wave, Fire Emblem Z. I think that's a good combination, giving you a very strong single target, but still having the double hitting ability move. But you can also run it with Flamethrower or Fire Blast. Fire Blast if you wanted the strongest possible Fire Z that you could throw. And just to show you sort of what the Fire Emblem Z can do against Celesteela here. This is again just the defensive VGC 2017 Celesteela, except I've changed the nature to careful as well, just to give it a little more bulk. You can say with Fire Emblem Z, we have Flamethrower, Heat Wave, Fire Blast, and I put Dragon Pulse up just so you can see the damage that Dragon Pulse would do if, for say, we threw the Dragon Pulse and Celesteela switched in and took the Dragon Pulse damage compared to what the following Z turn would do. So if we turn these to the Z moves, you can see the Flamethrower and the Heat Wave one will do close to the same amount of damage. The calculator is showing the same, but technically the heat wave one should do a little bit more, but you're getting 12% chance to one hit KO, and on the Fire Blast version you get a 50% chance to one hit KO from no damage at all. 50% chance to one hit KO. But see, the beauty here is, if say you did throw the Dragon Pulse and the Celesteela switched in to absorb it, or trying to eat your poison move, with the Dragon Pulse move you can do, we'll say you rolled low and did 15. That on top of the Z move is going to be a kill. 86, and this is basically 16. That's going to be 96, 102%. The Dragon Pulse plus the Z move will kill the Celesteela. And then, of course, if you hit him with one of your fire moves, he's going to be threatened by the Z move. But that's the strength in the Fire MZ. You remove your biggest threat defensively, the Steel type, get yourself the damage buff, and then once you're +1, you can just start going to town on everything else. And just to show you guys, +1 regular fire moves are still doing over half of his health. In doubles, if you get +1, the heat wave is going to do half of Celesteela's health. So the fire moves on the Naganadel are really strong, paired with the Fire MZ is going to be even better. So guys, that's Naganadel in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I gave you guys some useful information. Again, this is our first time doing a video like this, so I know it's probably a little sloppy. I'm going to try to work on the way I talk and getting my information out to you guys in a better way. I know I can get kind of confusing sometimes, but I hope this video wasn't too bad, and I hope you guys do walk away from it with some good information. If it did help you out, again, please guys give us a like, and especially subscribe, because we want to be able to reach you guys with as much content as possible. And leave us a comment below. Let us know what I can do better. Let us know what Pokemon you want us to do next, and we'll be sure to try to get on these at least on a weekly basis, on getting a different Pokemon examined, then using that Pokemon in some different teams, and getting some videos out by the end of the week of some of the Pokemon performing in some actual games in that format on the 3DS. So again guys, this is Ripley Storm with the Hilarial Gaming Network. We'll catch you guys next time.